You feel me? I got a 1090J right here. You feel me? Just to give me a little bit more little details about, you feel me, the death of Lil Poppa, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody still grieving, you feel me, about that shit, you feel me? This right here, bro, I'm really just making this shit because about my last video and shit about it. Cause, you feel me, it be so many bloggers and stuff that be posting fake news and stuff like that, you feel me? And that was like my video as well. So, you feel me? Y'all know on the title what it say, you feel me? We're just gonna talk about this right here though.
Man, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Yall Wanna See. It's 1090J, man, I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on the tragic death of Jacksonville rapper Lil Poppa and how it actually happened. Now you don't have to cry.
Bill Rapper, that's our top story tonight. Thank you for staying up with us. I'm Anthony Austin.
I'm Heather Crawford. Lil Poppa, born Janarius Wheeler, has died at the age of 25. The medical examiner's office in Fulton County, Georgia, confirming his death to us. The Jacksonville native built a loyal fan base. Christina Burgess has been speaking with those who grew up with him. And Christina, they tell you that his legacy will live on.
Heather and Anthony, Lil Poppa was more than just a rapper. He was a hometown dream turned reality. At just 25 years old, he built a powerful voice for himself in the music industry. Now his friends, family, and fans try to process his sudden loss. Those who grew up beside him say that he was bigger than just music.
He was just a great guy. Outside of the music and the artistry, man, he was a good human. And I'll never forget him.
Jacksonville native and music producer Scotty OTH says he grew up with rapper Lil Poppa, and the two shared big dreams.
I was making beats, and he was making music. And 2019-18, we ended up making, our first track together. Outside is deeper than music. That was family to me. We called each other cousins.
Scotty says his grind was unmatched.
Very hard worker. I ain't never seen nobody outwork Poppa. Probably used the last man standing in the studio. Forever Young was Poppa's favorite song that we did together.
In 2022, Lil Poppa signed with Yo Gotti's collective music group, a defining moment in his career. He released several fan favorites, including Love and War, Mind Over Matter, and Happy Tears.
You gotta listen to Love and War, Mind Over Matter, Happy Tears. Like, just those three titles alone kind of tells you that somebody isn't in the happiest state of mind, if that makes sense.
Along with projects like Almost Normal Again.
But they always be talking about something. Talk to your people. Hey, man. Sometimes black motherfuckers ain't really trying to help a motherfucker. Like, you can help everybody else. You can help everybody in the world, but sometimes you can't really help yourself for real.
I'm just trying to compartmentalize everything.
Now, TMZ would come out with an exclusive update after the news originally broke that he passed away, and this would state Lil Poppa shot himself after crashing a car.
It's crazy.
Now, it would state we are learning more about the circumstances surrounding the death of rapper Lil Poppa, and it's pretty shocking. TMZ broke the news the rapper, real name Janarius Michael Wheeler, was pronounced dead yesterday in Georgia at the young age of 25. Hapeville Chief of Police Bruce Headley tells TMZ Lil Poppa was in a single car accident on Interstate 85 south of Hapeville, which is when he called his manager asking what he should do. The car was still drivable. So he got into a single car accident, meaning he crashed into something. He didn't hit anybody. No one else was involved. He hit something. He can still drive. And he calls the manager asking what he could do. The manager told him they'd meet up in a nearby parking lot at the Hilton Hotel. And Headley tells us when they met up, Lil Poppa stayed inside his car as she spoke to his manager through the roll down.
That's just like him driving himself to a brick wall, shit like that. Like, y'all think he was probably trying to off himself that time. You feel me? The shit ain't worked though. Alright, you gotta think about this shit.
A window. I think that's supposed to be a he. We're told it's unclear what they discussed, but at some point the rapper pulled a handgun, put it to his head, and pulled the trigger, shooting himself dead. Edley tells us an off-duty officer who was working at the hotel called 911. Lil Poppa was rushed to Grady Hospital where he was pronounced dead. No suicide note left. So essentially, Lil Poppa has apparently
just like this nigga's like no questions, like we just got, especially his family, all they got is just more questions and just like nobody can answer these bitches. For real, like that's crazy.
With his music, a ton of lyrics in which you can get the understanding that his mental health isn't the greatest. There's been posts, there's been lyrics, there's been things that he's also even been involved with, which is gonna take a darker turn into the story of who he is. Now jumping over to Reddit, there will be a throwback photo of Lil Poppa and none other than Julio Foolio. And this clearly hasn't been updated yet because he doesn't have a dove next to him, but the information from this right here, if you don't know what this means, Foolio was a part of 6 Block, a gang in Jacksonville based around 6 Block, right? Those apartments that he was from. Lil Poppa was from 1200. It just so happens that when Foolio was killed,
the shooters is from 1200.
The detectives put it together. The 2 gangs responsible for that killing was ATK and 1200. Now there was a situation years ago where Foolio and Lil Poppa got in a fight in the mall in 2018, and I mean Foolio would break it down during a Say Cheese interview. Shout out to my boy Trap Lil Ross. He also showed this on his channel.
Another shocking thing you mentioned in the record.
No, I seen that. I seen this part right already. What? He ain't gonna show us them fighting though. You feel me?
What it is, you know what I'm saying?
Now Reddit would do what Reddit does and post some of the lyrics Julio Foolio made after the situation, saying, "Poppa, you a bitch, we beat your ass, made you a victim. Caught a rap at the mall, beat him real quick." But like I said, things would take a very dark turn the more you look into this. 7 months ago, this would be posted stating, "Do people know Lil Poppa also paid for Foolio?" Alleging that he was also behind the hit. And somebody would say, "I don't listen to bruh. All I seen was he got a song on his new album called 4 a.m. in Tampa." I'm like, here we go. And he'd follow up with saying, "I ain't never known Poppa to diss, but like I said, I don't listen to him." And this dude would say he always sneak disses in his songs. You just gotta catch it. Poppa be dissing, he just don't say names. So, similar to what Foolio said, y'all don't catch the sneak disses because you're not from around here. You're not gonna pick up on it. But when I diss people, I name them. So he was basically saying Lil Poppa's a sneak disser. Lil Poppa just so happens to be from 1200, the same gang that ended up killing Julio Foolio. And then he dropped a song titled 4 a.m. in Tampa. Obviously, Foolio was killed at like 4 or 5 in the morning in Tampa. Now, Young and Ace would speak out and show love to Lil Poppa, and I mean, this would just make the whole Julio Foolio allegation seem even worse. And if you think it's all just a bunch of
what that nigga say?
Now, Young and Ace
would just be saying dumb shit now.
would speak out and show love to Lil Poppa, and I mean, this would just make the whole Julio Foolio allegation seem even worse. And if you think it's all just a bunch of BS, Lil Poppa's name was brought up during the Julio Foolio trial of Alicia Andrews.
Yes, ma'am. And you're talking about how the people in 1200 ditched they side, correct? And then you're also talking about Poppa, that's Lil Poppa, right? Yes. And who's Lil Poppa?
He's a rapper.
And you know that he also has a gang affiliation, is that correct?
I mean, he doesn't claim it, so I don't know.
You know your boyfriend Isaiah Chance is in a gang, isn't that true?
Damn, she low-key kept it solid for him, but that nigga did put his name on that bitch, though. You feel me? In the trial, though, fool. I ain't gonna lie, though. See, it be little shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you gotta catch it, though. We gotta keep our eyes open a little bit.
But getting back to the mental health aspect of things,
Really
somebody
that
was
shit.
right. When Lil Poppa died, I'm gonna be so sad. And it was a girl named LaDeja Destiny. And apparently Poppa would reply back to it saying, "Don't be, cause I won't." And you can see a lot of people, you know, reacting how they react, whether they're taking it serious or not. But this kid was obviously going through shit, and he vented in his music. He vented through his creativity. Whether or not he had something to do with Foolio's death, or whether he was just, you know, 4 a.m. in Tampa dissing him because dude got on his ass in the mall and they had a back and forth history, it is what it is. If he was behind that hit, though, if he put some money on that hit, and that's actually something that really took place and he just never got caught for it, that could have been eating him up inside. Or it just could have been life in itself. He's from Jacksonville. Not everybody is meant to be a drill rapper. Not everybody is meant to be killing. But if you're from out there and you know the people in the streets, you got a lot of people that are dying around you. And it takes its toll on you. And this seems like somebody who was screaming for help and nobody could get to him. I'm not going to say people didn't pick up on it, because they definitely did. And I'm not going to say people didn't reach out, because I don't know.
Like his sisters, probably cousins, you know what I'm saying? Especially his mama, sisters, brothers and shit. They probably was definitely picking up on that shit, but it's just like, damn, though, you know? You should be able to live your life, though. You feel me? So you not wanting to be. He just wanted to go to the afterlife, man. So song with him, bro. Damn, that shit crazy. Long Lil Poppa, man, for sure.